Thank you. My name is Zeph, and I'm here with the Pulsotroniks team. So I'm Zeph, I'm the engineer. This is Eugene, the audio and visual artist. And this is John, who's in charge of the philosophical meaning behind our project. So Pulsotroniks is an exploration of the idea of pulse and what does it mean. So in the common sense, pulse is our biorhythm, and it can be described by the sinusoidal shape. So a attraction and a repelling force. Through our work here in ACC, we've been exploring this idea of pulse and what does it mean? What does the sinusoidal wave mean, and how is it represented not only in ourselves, but how is it represented in the world around us? So in terms of myself, I've been building a sensor to explore the biorhythm and the biosignal pulse. And Eugene has been working a lot on the film, exploring what the pulse means about the world around us. And John has been analyzing what does pulse have to do with the Korean culture, and what importance does that sinusoidal pulse shape have to do in Korean culture itself. As an engineer, I built a sensor, and my job is to explore the biosignals of the body. I think it's very important for people to understand that our body is quite loud. There's a lot of interactions going on for us to live a daily life. And my sensor is supposed to be specific enough to show them that the pulsing of their body, not just from their heart, but every single blood vessel, their skin contraction, the respiration. So I wanted to visualize to them so they can see how their body is moving and the rhythm that their body is moving. And what we bridge to is that we want to show that these natural rhythms of the body interact with such stimuli, which Eugene is shooting now.
Yeah, so for me, as for a media artist and a videographer, I would say it's really important to show the difference of two things. Of basically the cities we are used to live in, which are full of cars, full of noise, full of music coming from all these shops and stuff like that. And also the natural places in this country, like the seaside, like the forests, mountains, and etc. So those things, the nature was there forever since the earth was created or something. And the cities were built recently and are expanding drastically these days as we are that kind of industrial and economic growth society. So to me, what I would like to show in that room and what I would like the visitors to feel in there is that big difference of the things which were here forever, the things which are inside each of us, but we tend to forget about them because we are all involved into this active life, all involved into this buying industry and all these kind of industries which are surrounding us, in all these industrial noises which are going on around us. And to create that kind of opposition of the silence, of the peace, of the natural sounds which are always inside us, and try to make people to remember them and see how more peacefully, how more harmonically their body reacts to that kind of shots comparing to the big city noises. So that's why I consider this is a great collaboration of us three, and particularly me and Zeph, when we talk about this video and sensor thing, because we would like to show the visitor that his or her body reacts differently to this kind of two completely different atmospheres of nature and of city.
Yes, as I was saying, I am trying to work with the symbolism from the Korean flag, which all Koreans know, but they don't understand the deeper implications of that philosophy. And as Eugene just mentioned, he is working on, I guess, what you would call the yin and yang, perhaps, the Western influence on Korean culture and the traditional culture that still remains here. And there is much traditional culture that Koreans are proud of and participate in, but there's a kind of lacuna, a dark moon in Korean culture, and that is the philosophy of the Korean flag. And originally the Chinese character for culture was a picture of a warrior standing with a huge chest, and on that chest there were some lines. These lines were a tattoo. That tattoo, the purpose was for them to try to capture a power in nature that would help them to survive. And later this tattoo on the warrior's chest was put on a banner on a spear and taken into battle. And eventually that banner on the spear evolved into the flag of a nation. And Korea has one of the most sophisticated, not one of the most sophisticated flag in the world. And I hope that through this that Koreans will begin to understand and be interested in the symbolism of the Book of Changes. It's just not a book of superstition.